This was my first ever muscle up. And believe it or not, that was also my first muscle up attempt. It's 2020 and you still can't muscle up. By the end of this video, you will be able to. I promise you that. Let's get into it. First off, let's get into the prerequisites. The reason I was able to muscle up on my first ever attempt was because I could do these things flawlessly. Number 1, 10 clean pull-ups. Alright, it should be very easy for you to start doing pull-ups. Number 2, at least 5 clean straight bar dips. And the last one, if you're able to pull to at least your lower neck over here, you should be able to start training for the muscle up. Honestly, if you can do all of these very easily, you should be able to muscle up on your very first attempt as well. Step 1 is height. How tall are you? No, I'm just kidding. I mean, there have been countless of people that told me I can do this because of that. Many times people, I jump on the bar and I could do a clean muscle up and they say, oh, you can do that because you don't weigh as much as me or because you're shorter than me. Truth of the matter is, don't let anyone put a label on you because I worked extremely hard for the muscle up. So seriously, when I say height, I'm talking about the height of the bar. How tall is the bar? Do you have to jump to get on top of the bar? And are your legs hanging down? Or do you have to pull in your legs so you can actually hang off the bar without touching anything? Ideally, you want to make sure that your legs are hanging freely and you are on a bar that isn't too high to jump on, because you need to keep in mind that the muscle up is a full body exercise. You're actually using a lot more than your back and your chest. You're also using a lot of your core. So when you put yourself in a position when you're hanging off the bar, you're activating a lot more in your core. These are called energy leaks, okay? Jump on a bar that is tall and your legs can hang freely. When I say thickness, I'm really pointing towards how thick the bar is. Before you even jump onto the bar, you have to be very aware of what you're actually putting your hands on. Because if you're jumping on a bar where you're able to put your whole thumb and hand over the bar while your fingers are touching, it'll be a lot more advantageous for you to actually make the transition to on top of the bar and do the muscle up. However, if you were to do the muscle up with a very thick bar and you try to do the same thing, thumb under the bar, but the bar's around here, it's going to be very difficult for you to do the muscle up. Step 3 is hand placement. Before you even put your hands on the bar, you should be very wary of where you place your hands. Why is this? Well, if we were to compare wide pull-ups versus close pull-ups, what do you think is harder? Try it right now. I can guarantee you, you're going to say that close pull-ups are easier, because when we pull our hands closer together, we are using a lot more of our lats. Okay, we have more power when everything is a lot more together. And no, I don't want you guys to put your hands extremely close like this. That's still hard. What I want you to do is put your hands shoulder width and then move probably half an inch together. That's it. That makes the muscle up a lot easier. It's step 4 and you're only just touching the bar. That's okay, be patient with me. I promise you will get the muscle up after the end of this. So when you're attempting the muscle up, we know that the exercise isn't a straight up and down movement. You actually have to separate yourself from the bar. You have to go out and then you come back in. Okay, with this illustration right here, this is the guy on the front. Notice how he's not looking too happy because, well, you're trying to muscle up. It's not easy. Let's pay a bit more attention to the guy on the back here, okay? This is his back turned to us. And what you're trying to do is pull yourself away from the bar as opposed to going straight up and down. If this guy's back is turned to us, it should be more of he's pulling up, and then he's coming around the bar and then coming back up. Okay, now we're on the most difficult part of the muscle up. It's making the transition from the pull-up to the straight bar dip. So, how do we make this a lot easier for ourselves? I'm going to give you 3 exercises, 4 exercises that you'll ever only need to do when trying to make the transition a lot easier for yourself. The first one is negative muscle ups. It's a no-brainer. You have to put yourself in that reverse motion so your brain gets more accustomed to actually doing the exercise. The next exercise goes hand in hand with the negative muscle up, which is pretty much the jump muscle up. So find yourself a lower bar where you can use your legs and pull yourself jumping up on top of the bar. Very easy. And the third one, high pull-ups, you'll be doing this most of the time. When doing the high pull-ups, you just want to make sure that you are mimicking the muscle up without trying to transition. And the last one is strict explosive pull-ups. Yes, it won't make the muscle up transition easier, but building up raw strength so you can actually transition over to the high pull-ups, it's going to help you a lot. So hang on the bar, drop down, no swinging involved, and pull straight up to the bar as explosive as you can. And the big one, which will greatly help your muscle up, is how you pull. So we know that it's more of you going out and you coming in. But what should your mindset be when you jump on top of the bar? I used to always say, we made a video about it. It's our most watched video. And it's a very controversial video because we made up an exercise called a crocodile pull-up. Now, whether that exercise exists or not, it doesn't. I was really trying to emphasize on how you should jolt your body when pulling on top of the bar. So we know it's you hanging from the bar and pulling up like this. And what you should be trying to do is same thing. You are hanging, maybe swinging a bit because you're just trying to get your first one, and you are just doing this motion, and that's it. Your elbows are kind of in a bit more and you're doing that. People like to complicate things about the muscle up a bit way too much, but realistically the muscle up really isn't too difficult. You just have to put in the time and the work. Like if you really want the muscle up, you'll dedicate most of your workouts to trying to get the muscle up. I remember just walking to the park on most days and attempting the muscle up day in and day out, trying to get it. My first few attempts on the muscle up in 2013, yes, I got it, and I had initially worked up to try and get the strict. I stopped doing the muscle up for some time and I couldn't do a strict anymore. So what did I do? Told myself, okay, it's time to muscle up for real. Every single day was muscle up, muscle up, muscle up. I don't know why I wanted to get the muscle up. It just seemed like such a impressive move to others because you never see it. Especially here in Australia, you go outside and no one's doing muscle ups at the park. Right? You go to the beach, you see bars everywhere, no one's doing muscle ups. Unless you actually go to here in Bondi. People are going to be doing muscle ups because people do calisthenics there. But mostly, if you're around here, no one's doing muscle ups here. And yeah, I really wanted it. You got to be obsessed with wanting this move. Okay, step 6, before we finish this video, we gotta go over some bonus tips. Things that people don't really go over when trying to achieve the muscle up. First up is, how often should I be training to get the muscle up? Well, to answer that, I need to know, how bad do you want the muscle up? If you wanted it really bad like me, when I initially couldn't do it, you train it every single day. But if you want to balance things out, all you need to do is make sure you're doing 2 pull workouts a day. So my training split right now is push, pull, legs, push, pull. I do push twice a week, pull twice a week, and within one of those pull workouts, I was dedicating one of those to strictly muscle up training. On the other pull workout, you can either do hypertrophy or strength training. Usually I like to do hypertrophy and then do muscle up on the following pull workout, which is Sunday for me. Now the next one is, what type of training should I do to try and get the muscle up? So as I said before with the transition tips, the negative muscle ups, the jump muscle ups, strict pull ups, and the high pull-ups, within one of your pull workouts, you should dedicate that day to trying to train your technique or your raw strength. You want to program a workout where you are doing those 4 exercises, and by the end of it, you are trying to train for explosive power. Because if you can draw a huge amount of power and put that into the muscle up, it'll be extremely easy for you. Like, if you guys can pull to your abs, you don't need to worry about any technique. You can just pull there. As of now, since you guys aren't too strong at the present moment, you do have to learn the technique and you do have to train your mind and your body to try and get this move. And another thing, you should get into the habit of filming yourself doing the muscle up. My first ever muscle up attempt, you guys saw it, I filmed it. I was like, man, I really want this. So I filmed it and I shared it immediately to Facebook. Let people know your progress. Let people know that I'm trying to do this. They will support you, trust me. I don't know the type of friends that you're hanging around, but mostly for me, my friends and family supported me trying to do it. And the last thing, I already mentioned this many times in this video already, but it's really having the obsession to wanting to get this muscle up. And this is just like with any other move. If you want to get the muscle up, the planche, handstand push-up, the front lever, you gotta program your workouts and you split in a way to optimize getting that really fast. Okay, if you want to get the muscle up fast, you would do that most times out of the day. If you want to get the front lever, you would train that on both pull workouts. So really ask yourself, how bad do I want the muscle up? When I first saw my family friend's dad do the muscle up, I was extremely taken aback. I was like, wow, how does he do that? That's easy, I can do it too. And the next day I went to the park, I tried it out, and who knew I could do it? That's because I could do the prerequisites in that. But that's pretty much it, guys. There really is no complexity or secret tips to doing the muscle up. It's a matter of building up that raw strength to pull as far down as you can, and then knowing the technique and putting your body in a position where it knows the movement path to get on top of the bar. So yeah, if you guys found value in this video, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you want more stuff just like this. I'm going to cover a lot more calisthenic stuff with the boys and myself. I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay healthy and peace out.